Now, energy and its conservation, the Feynman way. Okay, now, most of us know Feynman as one of the greatest scientific minds that ever lived, but very few of us know that he was a great explainer. He had some analogies which were mind blowing. Okay, so in his there are three books written by him. In first book, which is known as Lectures on Physics by Feynman, Volume 1, he's in chapter 4 called as Conservation of Energy. He's describing energy and its conservation. Now, the way he is describing energy and its conservation is quite different the way it is usually described. Okay, so what he says, what is conservation of energy? What he says, there is a fact, you can call it a law. There is one fact, you can call it a law, that governs all the natural phenomena that are known to that. Okay, what he says, there is fact, you can call it a law, that governs all natural phenomena that are known to that. Okay, now second point what he says is this: there is no exception to this law. There is no exception to this law. Okay, now what the law states? The law states that there is certain quantity, there is some quantity that we are going to call it energy. We are going to call it energy that does not change in manifold changes which nature undergoes. We are going to call that some quantity is there. We are going to call it energy, and that does not change in manifold changes which nature undergoes. Okay. Now, what this law means, what it actually means, it is just a strange fact that we can calculate some number. Strange fact that we can calculate some number, and when we finish watching nature go through her tricks, and calculate that number again, that remains the same. Okay, now comes the analogy. Feynman has given some analogy to just describe the conservation of energy. Okay, now let's say we are having a boy. Okay, he is having a room. Okay, there is one room. Okay, and there is one boy. His name is Pandu. Let's call him Pandu. Now Pandu is having 28 blocks. He is having 28 blocks. Okay, let's say 1 2 3 4, and he is having some 28 blocks. Okay, 28 blocks. He is having 28 blocks. Okay, these are 4 blocks. Okay, now what happens? These blocks are very hard. You cannot destroy them, indestructible, made by Avengers. Okay, so these are 28 blocks which are very strong, which you cannot destroy. Now, for future purposes, he is having one box. He is having one closed box. We will discuss it later what it is, which we cannot see through. He will not allow anyone to see through it. Okay, and one tank, dirty water tank, very dirty water. You cannot see through. We cannot see through it. Okay, now this box is having weight of 60 kg. Okay, 60 kg, and let's say this tank is having height of some meter. Let's say we can call it let's say 1 by 6 inches. Okay, so 6 inches, let's say 6 inch. Okay, this height is 6 inch. Now what happens? His mother comes daily. Okay, now she comes daily and counts the number of blocks. In first day she calculates 28. Okay, on second day she calculates 28. Okay, so she finds one law that whatever happens, the number of blocks is remaining constant, is 28, always 28. But what happens? One day she finds that there are only 27 blocks. Okay, there are only 27 blocks. She asked him, his mother asked him, but he does not tell her. Okay, now what she does, she calculates the weight of this thing, weight of the box. It happens to be 17 kg. Okay, it happens to be 17 kg. Now she knows that weight of this box is 16 kg, and she also knows that weight of this one block is 1 kg. Weight of this block is 1 kg. Pandu cannot lift 1 kg, but still it's 1 kg for purposes. Now what she discovers, she reformulates her law. Okay, so what she does, what she says, number of blocks equals to number of blocks plus, sorry, not equals to, plus weight of blocks W इसका weight of box minus 1 kg, okay, sorry, 16 kg by 1 kg equals to constant. Okay, now what is this thing given? This thing is given how many blocks are there, in this box. Okay, now weight of box is 17 kg. If 17, then 17 minus 16, weight of number of blocks that she sees, seen by mother. Okay, seen by mother. The number of blocks seen by mother plus weight of box minus 16 kg by 1 kg equals to constant. Okay, now one day what happens? She discovers that the number of blocks is 30. She discovers that number of blocks is 30. Okay, it's more than 28. Now she knows that she had given her Pandu only 28 blocks. Now what happens is this: she asks Pandu. Okay, now he does that. His some friend came and brought in 2 more blocks. Okay, so what she does is she throws the remaining 2 blocks, his friend's blocks, and recalculates the number, that is 28, and again she does not allow his friend to come again. Okay, now next thing, one day she discovers that this is also not matching. Okay, so this formula is also failing. So she asks him again, what is happening? So he tells him he threw some blocks. He threw some blocks in this dirty water tank. Okay, now again, how to calculate this? How to calculate is this: the formula changes. The number of blocks seen plus this thing, weight minus 16 by 1 kg, okay, plus the level will change. Okay, she knows that one block will increase the water by 1/4 inch. So 1/4 inch height, whatever she calculates after height, h minus 6, this initial equals to constant. She discovers that this remains constant. So this is some analogy. These are some terms. Number of blocks seen, W minus 16 by 1 kg. These are some abstract terms. These two are some abstract terms. This analogy he used to describe that the amount of energy in nature remains constant. We just have to pay attention where it is going, where it is leaving. Okay, we discussed the analogy. Now how that analogy resonates with this conservation of energy. The first point that he says is this: here number of blocks seen, this quantity, this first term is that this is some physical quantity. You can see that number of blocks. Okay, but these two terms, W minus 16 by 1 kg, H minus 6 inch by 1/4 inch, you cannot see them. These are some abstract quantity. He says energy also is that way only. Energy is some abstract. Okay, so what he says at the conclusion, he says there is currently physics cannot explain what energy is. Okay, what energy is, currently physics cannot explain what energy is, but it can give us some law. And tell us that there is some quantity, you can call it energy. There is some number, energy, that is remaining constant if you are taking care of everything, like how much of it energy is coming to system, leaving to system, different forms of energy like thermal energy, electrical energy, potential energy. You have to track of them. You don't need to define what energy is. You can use that law, you can use that some number is constant and make some useful conclusions from it. So this is it. Thank you.